Timothy Chalamet as Bruce Wayne confirmed. Please don't jinx it. I am the vengeance. I am the night. I am. I'm gonna kill. Hello, one and all, to MJ News, that is Media Plus Jailer News. My intention with this show is to provide a week-to-week breakdown of any media events you missed, whether big or small, starting from the previous Friday and posting on the current Friday. I'll be covering everything from gaming to music to movies and TV. I've been trying to start this show since the beginning of March, but between the errors with the Vegas editing programs and how eventful some weeks have actually been, I've been forced to delay a few times. I was thinking that since this is the week before CinemaCon, it'd be slow, but as it turns out, April Fool's Day does bring a decent amount of news, despite how you think otherwise. With that, let's get into our gaming news. Quick disclaimer, I wrote this section before the PTB got delayed indefinitely. A majority of this information is still accurate until stated otherwise. Just ignore whenever I talk about April 3rd. First off, this week has seen Dead by Daylight with a large bulk of news, with only one small part relating to a third party. Monday has seen a large April Fool's update for the game containing a cosmetic and a brand new limited time game mode. The game mode is entitled My Little Oni, and is actually the opposite as described. The only killer available to play is the Oni, who is made gigantic, while the survivors are made the size of a blade of grass. Because of the size difference, instead of pushing a downed survivor onto a meat hook, the Oni stomps on the downed survivor, instantly killing them. In addition, perks, cosmetics, and third-party survivors have been disabled. Only 2 outdoor maps are playable, and there are less objectives. Despite the limitations, it seems to be a moderate success. The mode only lasted from April 1st to April 3rd. As mentioned before, a new exclusive April Fool's Day cosmetic has come out for the survivor Vittorio Toscano, entitled Arlecchino. It costs only 4 iridescent shards. This follows last year's April Fool's cosmetic, with it being Adam Francis who got it, and it costing only 1 shard. With the My Little Oni event leaving on the 3rd comes 2 big separate updates. First being the Techwear Outfit Collection, containing in-game outfits for the survivors Nia Carlson, Kate Benson, Jonah Vasquez, David King, and Zarina Kessier. In addition, the Killer the Trickster is also receiving an outfit from the collection. Given the name, the whole collection is based around streetwear that also has a high-tech aesthetic. In case you didn't think that was enough in 1 week, there is also a PTB public test build coming out, a system where PC players get to test out new builds a week before they come out. Within this PTB contains 4 big changes. First, a buff to the Laurie Strode perk Decisive Strike, making it 5 seconds instead of 3, and adding a unique animation to it that actually shows you attacking the killer. Secondly, a slight adjustment to the killer, the Blight, making it that he slides less against objects he's meant to bounce off of. Thirdly, a rework of the Haddonfield map, taking out any houses that were not enterable, and making the hedges and fences shorter, making for better chases. Finally, a rework for the twins, who have been considered one of the worst killers for 3 years straight before this. Power reduces Victor's, the small one, ability to attack individual survivors, but rather injure multiple. Ever since I've come back to this game, I've been hearing all about how the twins suck, so it's nice to see how this changed the playing field. Keeping on track with talking about horror games is The Coffin of Andy and Leyley, a horror visual novel following 2 siblings, Andrew Graves, the doormat, and Ashley Graves, the one with a soul as black as tar, after they escape from quarantine through less than moral means. Though of course, you likely know of the game for another reason. Every first of the month, Kit9 Studio, an associate of Nemle, the game's developer, releases a small newsletter detailing how work is going. The April newsletter has good news and bad news. The bad news is that due to a limit in RPG Maker as to how many images can appear, the development will be delayed until they can figure out a workaround. The good news is that we have received a few new images and a short video clip of a flashback from Chapter 3. Moving on to the gacha sector, Wurthering Waves is a free open-world anime-inspired RPG with an emphasis on combat in the open world. After 2 closed beta tests, the social accounts just this past weekend has revealed its release date. May 22nd, 2024, only a few days before the 2-year anniversary of it being announced. I know a few of my friends like Genshin Impact, so hey, keep your mind open. Speaking of Genshin Impact, the newest banner came on Tuesday, with the 5 stars being Neuvillette, the Chief Justice Fontaine, the nation the story is currently at, and Kaedehara Kazuha, a Drifter Poet Samurai. The 4 stars are Yunfei, Barbara, and Xingqiu. When it comes to Genshin, I don't play, so I don't know much about the meta, but they all seem like fun characters. This banner will be from April 2nd to April 23rd, so if you're saving for the next banner, get moving. Moving on to music, the K-pop girl group BABYMONSTER has released a comeback entitled SHEESH, alongside a mini-album entitled BABYMONSTER, with a 7 replacing the S. A fitting name, I suppose, given that this is actually the first time in a while that all 7 members have been together, as Aehyun was unable to record anything for their second single, until it's stuck in the middle, due to her health. Reception across the board seems to be harsh, with most critics saying it resembles the rest of YG's music. After Powerful 2023, including releasing 2 mini-albums with almost 12 million copies sold, not even counting the other past albums sold alongside that, 17 has announced their next big project. 17 is right here. The EP will be a greatest hits compilation, though the tracklist has not been announced yet. There will be 2 versions, here with an RE and here with an AR, which will include a separate cover and collectibles. A short teaser has come out, showing several callbacks to previous albums in a short 40-second video. 17 is right here, will be out April 29th, 2024. On April 1st, TXT dropped both a new music video and a mini-album, entitled Deja Vu and Minisode 3 Tomorrow respectively. With the tracks Quarter Life, Deja Vu, I'll See You Tomorrow, The Miracle, and The Killer, the album seems to hold a theme of optimism and hope, though not without a fair share of angst. By Wednesday, Deja Vu already has 27 million views. The album and song is currently out now. Charli XCX, known for the songs Boom Clap and Break the Rules, has unveiled the release date for her next album, entitled Brat. Clocking in at 41 minutes and 23 seconds, Charli herself has promised this is the most aggressive record yet, while also being vulnerable. 2 singles have already been released, being Von Dutch and Club Classic / B&B. Brat will be out June 7th, 2024. At WonderCon, Twitter user HunterBVideo gave updates from the Strangers Chapter 1 panel. Here are the parts you need to know. First off, several exclusive character posters were revealed, one for each stranger. Rather than being known as the Man in the Mask, the male stranger's name has been changed to Scarecrow, but Dollface and Pinup Girl will retain their own names. Instead of 3 years, the trilogy will be set over 3 days and will include flashbacks to the stranger's origins, so we can find out, quote, what makes him tick. Finally, Strangers Chapter 2 will be released sometime in fall 2024. The Strangers Chapter 1 will be released on May 17th in the United States, not sure about other release dates. Now I have to ask, dear viewer, how sick does a scene have to be considered truly sick? Well, having your lead slasher puke on set is a good indicator. Right from his first teaser, Terrifier 3 has faced controversy and awe alike. Given the fact that the Terrifier franchise now banks on the fact it is a gore fest, this was inevitable. After director Damien took to Twitter to announce they filmed a scene so out there it made someone vomit, David Howard Thornton, the actor who plays Art the Clown himself, confirmed that he almost vomited from said scene. There hasn't been anything said about what the scene entailed or the conditions of what happened, but I'm sure we'll find out by the time Terrifier 3 comes out on October 25th, 2024. In an interview with Screen Rant, Daisy Ridley, who played Rey in the divisive Star Wars sequel trilogy, revealed she wishes for John Boyega's character Finn to finally become a Jedi in the upcoming Star Wars New Jedi Order film. Set 15 years after the rise of Skywalker, the film will likely follow Rey as she establishes a new Jedi Order to keep peace across the galaxy. Finn being a Jedi was first revealed at the end of 2015's Force Awakens, but was never brought up across the rest of the trilogy, and prompted criticism. Admittedly, she pointed out it's above her pay grade, but I'm sure as the lead actress she can pull some strings. As of right now, Daisy Ridley is the only person set to reprise her role, and there is no release date yet. We're really talking about a lot of Johns today, aren't we? John Berthal, known for playing Shane in The Walking Dead and The Punisher in the MCU, has been spotted on set of the upcoming show Daredevil Born Again. Originally introduced in Season 2 of Daredevil back in 2016 and getting his own spin-off, which ran from 2017 to 2019, which were both highly praised, the character has been absent up until now. There's no confirmation yet as of what his storyline will be, but we'll be sure to find out when Daredevil Born Again reportedly drops on Disney Plus sometime in late 2024 to early 2025. Speaking of Daredevil Born Again, during the Disney investor call on Wednesday, the first looks for It, as in Daredevil, Moana 2, and Mufasa were revealed. In addition, we found out that Moana 2 will be taking place 3 years after the first movie. Outside of whatever is going on in the Mufasa picture, I'm honestly looking forward to these projects. Disney needs a comeback, especially after the 2-hit punch of Wish and the Marvels box office back in 2023. Even though I actually kind of like the Marvels, but whatever. Moana 2 comes out November 27th, 2024. Mufasa is out December 20th, 2024. And again, Daredevil Born Again will be allegedly out by the end of this year. After the trailer release date was leaked to be next week, specifically April 9th during CinemaCon, WB dropped the first poster for Joker Folie à Deux on Tuesday. The film is a sequel to 2019's billion-dollar grossing Joker, which will see Joker meeting his universe's counterpart to Harleen Quinzel, played by Lady Gaga, and the two will have a bloody and chaotic love. I might get cancelled for this, but in the midst of all the adaptations right now showing Harley in her post-Joker independence, it'll be nice to go back to square one. In addition, in case you haven't heard yet, the film will also be a jukebox musical with the two covering songs from years past, specifically the 50s and 60s. Joker Folie à Deux's trailer will be out April 9th, and the film will be out October 4th, 2024. Finishing out our news for this week, images have leaked from the Minecraft movie set, revealing a prop of a blocky tree. Whether this is a game-accurate style will be retained throughout the film or will only be in it for a few minutes is yet to be announced. Starring Jack Black and Jason Momoa, the Minecraft movie will be out April 4th, 2025. Finally, we have What Is Out This Weekend, which is covering things that, will be out this weekend. Starting with Monkey Man. After several broken toes, a broken hand, a torn shoulder, and an eye infection, that's all true, look it up, Monkey Man is finally coming out this weekend. Following an illegal arena fighter named Kid, he finds an entrance to the India elite and is determined to fight his way through all of them in vengeance of what he lost. In addition, we have The First Omen. The First Omen is a prequel to The Omen, obviously, following a nun in a church as she discovers there's a conspiracy to birth the Antichrist. Reportedly, there are shots in the film that have caused the producers and the Motion Picture Association to argue whether it deserves an R or NC-17 rating. Considering the social media reactions also talk about there being certain shots that they are surprised past, it sounds like this will be one for the gorehounds. Tori Kelly is putting out a new album for the first time in 4 years, entitled Tori. Consisting of an R&B and 2000s pop sound, there will be songs featuring Kim Chae-won of Is One and John Bellion, famous for his song All Time Low. And finally, there's Only God Was Above Us from Vampire Weekend. Famous for that campus song you've likely heard if you were on TikTok between 2020 and 2022. The album will be grittier, but will still retain their pop sounds. And that's all for this weekend.